Hey, students, I hope everybody today about is geometry and measurement. The substance is geometric reason. Under geometric reason, we are going to talk about the sorry, transformation components that is responsible for changing object from one place to the other is the translation. So we will discuss and how the object move point to another point. Our lessons have been taken from the new curriculum of Basic 6, strand number 3, substrand 3, 5, indicator 2. Transformation by translation. Translation of a point or a shape from one place to another. Translation of 2D shapes. When you talk about a 2D shape, a shape with the length and breadth, okay, or the length and width. Sorry. With the length and breadth, or the shape with the length and width. That is a 2D, two-dimensional shape. Or points is done, or that will be added to the point. Move. The translation vector explain is a object or a point move. It's either it move right to the x-axis or move left to the x-axis where there's a negative and positive, or move up to the y-axis where there's a positive numbers, and move down to the y coordinate is. This is how we are going to do. We have the graphical interpretations and then the formula. Mathematically, when how to find the image using the transformation vector to a point, and you'll be given what the image. So vector will give you what image. The translation vector to move the points around. If the point, the x and y coordinates, always express in what in a coordinate form, y coordinate. So which will be added to the point. Good. Always the negative negate of x coordinate of translation vector x and y move to left side of what the point or of the shape, and the positive negate of x coordinate of translation. So to find the negative, let's move to the left side to find the negative of x, and then to find the positive of x numbers, right side of the object, or use from the right side of the what object or the shape to the before you can get a positive negate of what the x. If the translation, then the negative of translation vector is moved down of the point or of the shape, and the positive negate of coordinate of translation vector is moved up of the point or of the shape. So if the translation vector, the y coordinate, is you move down on the y axis to find the y coordinate over there when it is negative, and if it is positive, you move upwards, okay, in order to ascertain the positive. What about translation? So once you are plotting to get a shape or a point, you must also use this one as a guideline so that you will not depict from this, because the shapes of the object does not change when translated. So assuming that you are plotting and you are getting different shape or different, you must also stick your mind to the characteristics or the fact that the shape of the object does not change when translated. When something moves, it doesn't mean that it changed. It moved from one place to the other. So the object does not turn or rotate during translation. And that is another second bullet here. Also tell about a certain shape, and finally you find out that your image, then you must do something to amend. One of the facts about what object does not turn or rotate during translation. And in translation, every point of a shape must move, sorry, must move the same distance. So you make note of that. So all the points will be moved by what? The translation vector. Or even when you are doing the calculation, every point might be added to the translation vector so that you can get the image for each point, and then you plot the new prime or the images to form the actual image of the shape or of the point. Now let's solve this one using 2 centimeters to 1 unit on both axles. So the 2 as you know, from a deep line to deep line is a 2 centimeter, or you can also decide it from the faint line to faint line. You get 2 centimeters is 1 centimeter. So 1 1. So the number is supposed to start with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in that order. Mark -5 on x axis and -6 to +6 on y axis, which means that the end of the negative side of the x axis, it must end with 5, and then at the end of the positive side of the x axis must also end with a +5. So start with the 1 to 5, 1 to -5 from the origin. And the same applies to the y axis here, -6 to +6. At the end of the negative side of the y axis must end with the -6, and the positive side of y axis must also end with the +6, which means the intervals must positive or the position, the point image, or that is the format that you are going to use for all. Now, them in the equation form, we have the x and y. Okay, x and y coordinate. Now, let's plot the point P. So, the on the x axis, the right side here, 1 will also be here. Okay, that is point P, 4 and 1. So that is the 4 and 1. Kill here, which is 4 and 1. And then point out is 1 and 5. So the point out here is 1, which is the +5 on y axis. So the +1 is here, and then the +5 on that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 here. Okay, so that is positive 1 and 5. Okay, let me label the point here. R formed by positive 1 and then positive 5. Sorry. Now, once you have done a shape, so let us join the point to form shapes here. Good. So once you have done joining the point to form the shape, now you are going to move each point. We said each by the same translation vector. When you take the point P first, okay, let's first deal with the point P here. Once you added the translation vector to that, you get the image, or you move manually. Okay, you can also move them manually by counting to verify whether what you calculate is also in. So point P is going to move 5 left. So from here, this is the point P. From here, 1, 2, 4, 5. 5 left. And then the negative 6 is 6 down. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 6 down. Okay, good. Then you put the dots over. So that is that will be the P prime. Okay, let's count again. He said the point P is going to move by 6 left negative side. So these are the negative and 6 down. So the negative side here is 5. So 5 left. You count 5 to the left side and then 6 y axis here. That is the negative side axis. And the here the left side of the x axis can be contain these numbers. So it's easy for you to count. The next point will be 1, 2, 3, 5. 5 left and then 6 down. The next point will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. That will be the intersection. Okay. So here you can easily determine the prime, the P prime, the coordinate -4 and then negative, because this line here belongs to the -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So the new image, the image will be -4 because always -4 and then the -5. Let me write the coordinates. So here will be the P or P prime, formed by 4 and negative. When you add them, you have -4 and -5. You can also do the calculation to check. Okay, because we have already done the calculations, and that is that. the point, we are going to move point Q because all the 3 points are going to move by the same translation vector here. So the point is also going to move and 6 down. So point, this is the point Q. So you move the point Q here, 5 to the left side here, and then you come down here. So from the point Q, the immediate line is the 1. Where the point is not 1, okay, so the immediate line will be the next step, because if you want to move a step, unless you move your leg, so here the immediate line will be 1. So point Q here, we are counting 5 to the left side. So here is the point. The immediate one, 2, 3, 4, 5 left, 6 down, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry. Be our intersection, and that will be here. Okay, so let me write the coordinate for that. The coordinate for here is always formed by always the coordinate first before the y. So the x 1, and then the y number here is 5, because due to my lines, the first line here is -4, -4, and -5. So our the Q prime here, or Q1, you can either write Q1 or any other letter that will differ. Okay, so the Q, the image is formed by -1 and then -5. And when 5 to -5 and negative, the translation vector 2, 4 and 1, you get a result of what? -1 and -5. As a workings over there. Okay, interpretation that we can use to verify our answers, whether what you have done here is inaccurate. Let me put this one in. Okay, see to now point R, we are going to move the point R by the same translation vector here. The 5 left down. So that when you are here at the point R, the left side is here. So you count 5 to the left and then 6 down. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 5. And then 6, 4, 5, 6. 6 down. Are you okay? It will be 6 down. Then we have this one. Now you plot it here. Okay. Now what is 5 left? 6 down. Now that will be -4 and -4 and 1. Okay, so write the coordinate or the image for that. So here the image will be the R prime here, formed by -4 and then so that is the R prime here. Okay, so the R prime, you move 5 left, 6 down, and when you join the points together, okay, Join the points together. This one. Join them. And then you have this one. Okay. Now we also use the properties or the facts about the translation. The shape here are the same. It has not rotated here. Here, okay. So all the points are moved by the same translation vector, and the translation vector was giving us 5, -5, and -6. Good. So I think the question. Good day, student. I hope is doing great. Today, the coordinate for the R prime, that's the images. So you write measurements. Our substance that will be taking geometric reasoning, and under the geometric reasoning, you are going to talk about the transformation. Our previous lessons, we did the transformation, and we said the transformation means how object. We got -4 and -5. That was -4 and -5. -5. Then the Q prime, sorry, and -5. -5. Then the R prime, we also got negative